Welcome to Star Citizen patch notes for 3.12.0, now in the PTU. The big thing are the refinery decks, which can be found in all the L1 of the gravity wells. And there you can buy all kinds of backpacks, multi-tools, mining heads, consumables. You can rent mining and utility vehicles, and you can process and sell ore. Some of the other small notes: now you probably need to hold Y to exit your pilot seat, which takes a second longer but will stop you from accidentally smacking it when you're in the middle of combat, which would doom you. Insurance now costs more and takes longer to get back to you, which is part of their attempt to lower perpetual insurance fraud in the verse, although I hope they come up with a system for persistence when you lose your ship to a 30k or a server crash or something like that. And now there is increased security responses when you are attacking stations, which means you can even bring out, if you do enough damage and have enough people with a crime stat, you can bring out the fabled capital ships to come strike you down. One of the new updates is a change in the countermeasure system. Now you have decoys and noise instead of flare and chaff. J will still launch one noise, which used to be called chaff, and it always launches one. Decoys now are what used to be flares. You have how many you have left here on the left, and on the right number you have how many you launch with each burst, or each time you tap H. However, if you hold H, you can increase the number of how many you're going to launch. To change the default for the number that you launch on just tapping, right Alt plus H increases the number, and left Alt plus H decreases the number. They added weapon zeroing to scopes in the game, and you use page up and page down to control the zero of your scope. If you don't know what weapon zeroing is, go play a real first-person shooter and it'll make more sense faster. Now as you approach a ship, there is a vehicle entry ID showing you a little pip where you can enter a ship, which is especially helpful if you're using a brand new ship. The tractor beam. The tractor beam can be found in all of the cargo bay areas of the major ports and the refinery areas of the L1 ports, R&Rs. I bought mine at Conscientious Objects in Levski, so there's loads of places to get them. You can use them on in gravity or in space, and you hold left click to grab your object. Mouse wheel controls the distance, and on the left bar you can see how far you can get something depending on its size, and if it's too big it goes completely red. And of course, when you're in space, you can Spider-Man yourself around like we saw in that video, and you just left click an object that is too big to grab to do that. So they've updated the Prospector and Mole mining UI, and it is a lot better looking. Laser intensities here on the left, which is my mouse wheel. The rock charge level is on the right with the optimal zone here and the overcharge here. On the left we have flight information, what our thrusters are doing, and how fast we're going, and our G-forces, which is super useful because in the past, obviously, you all know, you'd be like, oh shit, I'm in cruise control, I didn't mean to be, or whatever, or I'm still moving. Here you have the rock results from your scan, and on the right it actually shows you what is in your cargo, which is really cool. Anyway, the whole UI is now a lot. It's pretty sexy. It's pretty sexy. Yeah, so I hope this makes it more pleasurable for all of us. Really quickly, they finally updated all of the elevator buttons and touchscreens throughout the verse to look more similar. Like they said they were going to do a long time ago. Well, a year ago. And we stand, they look great. And they're now here. They added a new organization and NPC reputation system to the game, which I'm really excited about. It will have more advanced tracking of what you do, for who, and how that relates to future jobs. Unfortunately, I can't tell you much more than that, but because of Cyberpunk coming out and the holidays, I haven't had a chance to binge play Star Citizen. But I am looking forward to doing more so in January, and explaining all of it with way too much detail in a video very few people will watch. I saved my favorite thing for last, which are the gas clouds in the gravity wells, and they are absolutely stunning, and they add color and texture to the Lagrangian points that are much needed, and we've all sort of wanted for a while. I'm really excited for what this means in the future of these sort of sky painting in the game. I hope you get out to see them soon because they are sexy. That's it, and thank you everyone for watching. And don't forget to pick up a Luminalia gift or two for yourself before the end of the event. Also, the Asperia talent came out, but you already know that.